What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I like knives. Here to talk to you about the Gerber Fast Draw. We have a blade of 3 inches, handle length of 4 1/4, a width of a little bit less than 1.5, and a depth of a little bit less than 1/2 inch. A blade steel of, allegedly, 440 HC, and a handle material of FRN, whatever reinforced nylon. This is a piece that I actually kind of like, but would adore with very simple changes. Sorry, there are people driving around in the street outside my house, and it's bothering me. Okay, they left. What's great about this is the action. ADD and whatnot. What's great about this is the action. It is one of the most responsive assisted openers that I have. Thing flies open. It's great. What's great about this is the clip. Very deep carry, the fold over with the spoon bottom, Spyderco style. So whatever you sit in, you're not going to destroy. There are many pocket clips, this SOG in particular, that have very sharp pocket clips, but this being the wide spoon belly means that you're not going to rip holes in whatever couch that you sit on. Very long pocket clip, so it makes it super stable, nice and tight. It's good. This is the correct way to do a pocket clip. However, if you prefer your pocket clip either tip down or left-handed, you're incorrect and should feel bad about yourself. But also, you're out of luck with this one, because this is only a one-position pocket clip. So it's how I would have it anyway, but if those are your concerns, then those concerns are not met here. Also, the lock. It is very simple not a push button, a push knob. Very simple push knob, nice and ramped, with a couple of stages so that you can grab it with your thumb and push it up, nice and easy. So you can do it perfectly one-handed. It also doubles as the safety. Right there you can see that red dot, and because that red dot is there, we can fire off and engage the knife. If you just push it down, that acts as the safety. No firing off the knife. Lines. This is great. This bump right here is a teacher of blade design, because this exists for 3 reasons. First off, to make it more aesthetic, to make it run easier between the handle and the blade. There are 2 corners on a knife that I am very specific on how I like mine, and that is this back corner when the blade is engaged, and this front corner when the blade is disengaged, and that bump eases both areas. So it is an easier transition from the handle to the blade. The second thing that this bump accomplishes is to give your thumb a little bit of a ramp. There's a little bit of, I'm not even going to call it jimping, but you can see the bumps in there. So it's not going to hold your thumb in, but it just tells it where to go, I guess. So you can push down right there and lock your hand around it. Great. The third thing, my personal favorite, is that this provides even more blade space to allow them to push the thumb stud out of the way. That's correct. I love it. The thumb stud is as far out of the way, pushed up into the corner against the handle and against the spine as it possibly can be. And it's pushed up even further than it would be without this bump. So if that line were just there, that thumb stud would have to be moved down and more in the way. So that's an innovation that looks a little silly, but I like it. What else we got? Thumb studs. I already went over that. They're correct. They're pushed as far out of the way as is structurally possible. That's good. The handle. Being FRN, this is very low quality plastic, but whatever. They textured it correctly, once again. As you can see, these lines run up and down. I suppose that's vertical. They run vertically along the grain of the knife. which means, back here with the pocket clip, that aids in you drawing and sheathing, pulling your knife out of your pocket and putting it back in again. So there are too many knives that have a horizontal texturing or a crisscross pattern, and that just destroys your pocket. But since it's a vertical pattern, it aids in locking your hand in because it gives your fingers and the creases of your palm something to grab onto, but also makes putting it in and out of your pocket a little bit easier. That's a good thing. That's correct. Now, I like this knife, straight up, but there is something that is absolutely garbage about it, and that's the blade steel. I don't care that it's 440HC. I don't care that it's allegedly 440HC. What I do care about are these question marks, because these question marks mean that Gerber did not put that information on their website. That's very important information. It's like selling apple juice and then not telling what is in the apple juice on the label. That's not okay. Because you just fill it full of arsenic or whatever. That's not okay. If you sell knives, go ahead and have complete information and dimensions on your website. That's why I do this, because that's something that I care about and that everyone should care about. Not extremely, because if it just said 440HC, I wouldn't have a segment devoted to this. I wouldn't have blade steel on here. I'd just have it right there, and I wouldn't list it anywhere else. And I'd give it one ditty, and we'd move on. But Gerber drew attention to this. By not giving that information, they are therefore hiding that information. And the only reason that they would hide information about their product is because they're ashamed of it. That's frustrating for me. I don't care, just give me the information. Because you not giving the information is more important than you giving the information. I hope that made sense, probably didn't, but whatever. So Gerber sells this for $44 on their website, which is fine. That makes it one of the cheapest knives that they carry, and that's great. And they achieved that price, that excellent price, by going with a cheaper, lower quality blade steel, which is fine. That's how this works. That's how manufacturing and business operates. But that's terrible marketing. Have the 440HC and then put the 44 beside it in bigger letters and say, want to know how we achieve this? It's because of the lower quality thing. But you don't care about that because of how inexpensive this knife is. Terrible marketing. Amazon sells it for $27, Walmart for $27, and I believe I got this from Cabela's for $25. And for that price, this is a stellar piece. This regularly makes it in my routine. However, there is something else that didn't frustrate me quite as much when I wrote this, however long ago, but it really frustrates me now. Sorry, wearing headphones, which means the microphone is on my chest, so I'm trying to bring this to it, and I got lazy. So listen closely. Everybody, shut up. Shh, shh, shh. What you just heard, I believe, is the assisted opening mechanism disengaging. Listen again. That, I believe, was the spring, which makes it sound incredibly cheap. The fact that you can hear that, and this is the first time I've ever come across that sound. A little bit of context for that sound. If you go on Gerber's website and look up reviews for this piece, you will find a handful of reviews of guys saying that they bought this back in 2006 and still have it to this day because it's rough and tumble. They've stabbed bears and thrown it at icy walls or whatever, and it's perfectly fine. Then those guys went and bought the newer model from 2016. Apparently it's been updated in that time, same piece, just with a few minor tweaks. And with their new one, one guy told a story of it slipping off his kitchen counter and the opening mechanism just popping inside of it and disengaging the assisted opening. So somewhere in the course of things, Gerber tried to fix what wasn't broken, and it ended up making it cheaper, making it worse, which is always a fascinating occurrence for me. Like, why would you do that? But apparently they did it. So I don't necessarily care about that. I have no intention of trying to take down the Berlin Wall with this blade. But if that's what you intend to do, just understand that it may not, if you have older friends who sing the praises of this blade and worship the very ground that it walks on, and you see one at Walmart, they're probably not actually the same blade. The newer ones have been updated with a lower quality, more breakable opening mechanism. So just know that. I already went through the prices. For $25, this is excellent. Out of 10 stars, I give this a woo! Because this is a lot of fun to just sit and play with. Because it's so responsive and easy to open and easy to disengage. It doesn't hurt at all, which is great. I love that. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know down below. And other than that, have a great day.